What is going on, guys? So there's a few new additions I want to show you today. The first one is a new addition to the bases, and this is where this little flooding spot here will come into play. So obviously my base is flooding there. Let's bring my hood up here. If I bring up my builder, you'll see there's now a bulkhead door which will stop water flow from running through your base. So if I build that, you can see it's the same door that they added to the Cyclops in a previous update. You can open and close the doors, and I assume the use... Okay, so yeah, there's a little animation they've added already. So if I close that again, demonstrate what the purpose of this door is. So obviously if you have a flood in a certain area of your base, and say if you don't have a welder or something, or you don't have time to repair your base, so this will be a way to sort of trap the water in this one area. So obviously I'm swimming around in the water in this little bit here. If I open the door, you can see that the rest of the base is pretty much intact, and that the water will escape if you leave the door open. So once I lock that door shut, this area should theoretically begin to drain out, or it may even stay at this level until I completely repair the base. So it's a good way to sort of put a halt on your entire base getting flooded and destroyed. So if I got is that my welder or is that my laser cutter? That is my welder. So if I repair this, obviously the water will drop a little bit, and then that should drain the base. Yeah, there we go. So that is a handy little addition. So if you have a few of these in different spots like this, you can contain a flood in your base pretty easily by building a few of these. And currently they only take 3 titanium to build, so it's not a hefty cost for the price of the integrity of your base. So let's try this again. I had to use the exosuit to smash the base, to make it flood. Okay, I think I can hear the water flooding in now. Okay, so that was a glitch. Jumped out of my exosuit and I was straight away in my base. Obviously the animation isn't 100% yet, but I can't wait to see this in its final stages. So yeah, you can see there that the water is sort of trickling out slowly from that area. But if I close that, the rest of my base is intact. Or I think so. So yeah, that is a very nice little addition to the bases. And you can see there that the water is filling up slowly in that area. So all in all, that is a very good addition to the bases. So the next thing I want to show you is a new addition to the creatures on Subnautica, and this one is called the CUTEFISH. So let me just spawn a few of these in right now, and there they are, the CUTEFISH. And I think the title explains itself really. These fish are pretty cute. They have a nice smiley face, don't they? Obviously the model isn't fully finished. Well, the model is, but the animations are obviously still a work in progress. So there's obviously no movement on the actual body of the CUTEFISH. But it's cool to see a new addition anyway, nonetheless. So I assume that these aren't going to be hostile. They don't look like they're hostile. They look kind of like the friendlier creatures in Subnautica. But maybe they have a purpose. Maybe they have a certain DNA structure which, when you can extract DNA properly in the game, that these will give you some kind of bonus, considering they don't have much else looking at them going on for them. So that's that. Okay, so obviously I'm in the jelly shroom biome, and there's a reason for that. The developers have added new loot into this area, and most of the time they are hiding inside of these big mushrooms. There's two items that I've discovered so far. The first one is lithium, and there's actually a new item which I've never seen in the game before, which if I can find one of these mushrooms, I'll show you. Let me take a little look over down here, see if there's any in here. Okay, well there's one with lithium. I wouldn't lie to you guys. There we go, lithium. There it is. And there's got to be some of the other stuff in there. But anyway, this stuff is called Mionite, and so far I've only seen it in these jelly shrooms. And once I find it, I'll show you its purpose. Come on, jelly shrooms. There we go. There is some. Okay. So, Mionite. Bring my tab up here. You can see that, wherever it is, where are you, there it is. Magnetite. It is a magnetic material. And its use, if I pop my head out of here, if I go to my builder menu here, there it is. It's on the thermal plant. So, when they first added these new power sources to the game, it only took one titanium to build, but the developers have updated that. So, solar panels now take 2 titanium, 2 quartz. The power transmitter takes gold, 2 titanium. The bioreactor takes titanium and lubricant, which is another new item that's been put into the game. And the thermal plant, it's a titanium ingot, 2 magnetite and lubricant. And the nuclear reactor takes 2 titanium ingots, 3 lead and 1 lubricant. So obviously you can see a few new items there, and those are actually going to be implemented on a new menu on the fabricator. So if I go ahead and just build a little base quickly here just to show you this. There. I don't think it's not on my game just yet. Oh yeah, so it is. It must have just gone up because it wasn't there earlier. That's okay, so what I think you have to do is you actually have to find the material in the game to maybe activate this part of the menu. But as you can see, there's basic materials now, which that has lubricant in for machinery. So that's bleach for sanitizing. That was never in freedom mode for a while. But then I come on to the advanced materials here. So there's hydrochloric acid, which is a powerful acid, and that takes deep white mushrooms. I'm not sure where they are. They may be down here in this cave also, not too sure. And a salt deposit. It's benzene, which is a solvent and oil source, which takes 4 blood oil, which again, that's a new material which I've never come across. There's aramid fibers, which is an ultra strong synthetic fiber, which is amino acids and benzene. So that could be maybe used for some kind of new suit, maybe if it's a synthetic fiber. That's just a guess anyway. There's also aerogel, which is a light, porous dried gel with incredible heat insulation, which is, takes 3 jelly plants and aluminium oxide crystals. So it sounds like they're adding a whole bunch of new materials to the game, which maybe some of these require other items to build them as well, so we'll soon see once they've been added more. There's polyaniline, I think I said that right. It's the high conductance polymer, which takes sulfur and hydrochloric acid, and graphene, is stronger than steel and an effective conductor. So there's a whole bunch of new items there. Let's see if there's anything. Okay, yeah, there's another one here. Nanowires, wires for nanoscale quantum devices and sensors. It takes mercury ore, a computer chip, and gold. So I'm excited for all this stuff. Like, it looks like there's going to be a whole ton of new stuff, and I assume that's all going to come out with the next big update. With it's probably to do with a lot of the power sources and stuff that have been added, because obviously they're not finished just yet. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm excited to see all this new stuff flooding into the game all at once. The developers don't slack when it comes to that, I have to admit. They're always pumping out new updates. So I'm damn excited for this. Really am. So another thing with the new loot being added into the jelly shrooms here. I once saw an image of a jelly shroom, and it had some kind of like big snake-looking creature that was coming out of the center of it. So what I reckon will happen at a later point is, obviously you'll have to come down here and find some of this this loot in these areas, and it'll probably just be native to this area. So in other words, it'll only be down here, and you'll have to come and look inside these jelly shrooms. So it'll be like an added threat having to come down here and take the risk of looking down the hole of one of these jelly shrooms and finding that there's a big massive alien snake type creature with its head inside one of these jelly shrooms. So I'd assume that that is going to be implemented into the game. I'd like to see it because it'd add, like I said, like a higher threat to the game. And also there are some new sort of thermal areas in this cave somewhere, which makes sense because obviously that magnetite is one of the items needed to build the thermal reactor, which will obviously be used on thermal areas. So if you were wanting to build a base down in a cave, obviously solar panels aren't going to work down here. So the next best thing would probably be to build a thermal reactor down here, if there is thermal pockets down here, and you have one of the ingredients already down here to build that. So it makes sense to use that if you're building a base down here. But anyway guys, that is all from me today, and until next time, have a great day.